That said, chat, let's do this. Let's do this. Been a long time coming tonight. My God, did I not expect this? But here we are. Again, captaincy, Tavares Nylander with the A's, but it is Captain Morgan Riley here now in Toronto. AHL-wise, we normally don't care about AHL captains, but now is the time to care because the captain of the team, the man, the myth, the legend, Phil Kessel. It could be nobody else. We are going to hand Philip Kral a letter. And the last letter is going to go... Number 11, Phil Kessel. You know, I can't change the number while I'm assigning letters, I guess. It is what it is. Yeah, we'll give it to Luke Kunin. Why not? That's a veteran. It makes sense. Play 1 period, player locked as Endo. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. I do want to turn off auto rotate. We're going to be a little bit more hands-on. Shout out to Night Kids for the follow. Welcome in. We might also turn injuries on just to have it be a little bit more interesting. But yeah, we're going to turn off auto rotate since we have 3 NHL caliber goalies because we want to see who can do the best job possible. Wouldn't trade away players. My 2 cents. I don't care about your 2 cents, your 1 cent, your 5 cents, your 10 pence. Leave me alone. Tom Wilson is here. Endo's in the game. We created him. He asked me to, so I said sure. All right. A brand new season of Leafs hockey, and we start off with a back-to-back because, of course, it's Buffalo and then at home against Nashville. A new era for the Leafs. One more look at the team, chat, because we're going to have a prediction up, and it will be over-under. I'm going to say 34.5 wins. That is going to be the prediction. Based off of what this team currently looks like, do you think we find a way to 35 or more wins, or will it be fewer? That's the question. Thamps! Why is that? That name is very familiar. Very familiar. Thank you for the follow, unless there was a different Thamps I'm thinking of. Appreciate it, though. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Shout out to Joseph Wall. He's our starter. XBS, that's what it is. Thank you, Mobsky. I knew it sounded super familiar. Rampage hammering the under. Rampage, what's up, buddy? Always good seeing you in the Sports Gamer streams, by the way. XBS back in the day. That's it. That's it. I knew I recognized the name. First game of the season against the Sabres, and we lose. But John Tavares scored, so that's good. We're crushing it. We're crushing it. Let's get Dustin Wolf this game. Wonder if the same thing is what was the face name? Baseball fan, no idea. Haven't heard. Haven't heard. Nice 2-1 loss there. All right, well, both goalies lost, so let's keep Wolf. Actually, well, you know, we have a third goalie. We do. We do. And let's go ahead and give Dennis Hildeby, the man who disappeared, just fucking disappeared on me a little bit ago. And Fraser Minton gets hurt in, in Toronto for the Marlies. Hey, Hildeby gets the win. You love to see it. Morgan Riley leading the team in points. And it's a back-to-back against the Utica Comets. We're going to take Blomqvist. Endo, $17 million. You're getting the start against Utica. In Utica. Let's do it. I'll meme this like chat's requesting. Why not? First period, Endo with 5 saves. That's right. Second period. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I'm just going to simulate this to see if Endo gets a shutout. Hold on. I'm not even going to jump in. I'm not even going to jump in and do the idea. Why is that guy making so much? Because we have so many younger players that we'd be below the cap floor. So we signed someone to $17 million to make sure that we are over. Endo Mills has only faced 14 shots. It's 4-0 Marlies. 5-0 Marlies. We're going into coach mode really quickly. We're going into coach mode. Oh my God. Could you... The ultimate meme. Can you imagine, chat? Can you imagine? Dude, that center ice looks awesome for Utica, by the way. That's sick. Let's go, Marlies. 1:40 away. As Graves dumps it in and around. Phil Kessel. Marlies captain. Come on, boys. Simon Nemec still down here. Nate Danielson. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Good poke check by Alex Vlasic. Graves having trouble. 1:20 to go. The impossible dream. Where's Graves going? He doesn't know. Reset. We're resetting. Chase Stillman strips him. Shot save! Or he missed. Ball to Boynton. What the hell just happened? The audio in the game was out of sync. Danielson to Boynton. Vlasic strips him of the puck. Graves having trouble. Dumps it in. I swear to God, the audio is out of sync for me for some reason. Hopefully it's not in general with the game. Danielson misses. Why the hell is the audio for the game out of sync? What? Dude, this guy looks gassed. Jesus. AHL level players, man. They don't know how to skate. 28 seconds to go. Filming the move. Endo, no! Vlasic again. Get him off the ice. Oh my God. 15 seconds. Graves up for Lavoie. They still can't get the puck in. Lavoie loses it to Ball. 6 seconds. Pellica can't knock it away. Endo the kick save with 1.5 on the clock. Oh my God, how gassed were the boys? Get him back out there for one more face-off. Why not? 1.5 to go. We joked about hopping in. Shot blocked. And a shutout. A 5-0 victory. Endo, you did it. Retire. Retire. Oh my God. The impossible dream. That was even better than if we played. Tremendous. Oh my God. And now he never plays again. Unbelievable. 17 save shutout. And he'll never get another game. Now he's worth 20 million. Exactly. I had to indulge the meme. I had to. Look at that, baby. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, God. And yeah, now he'll never play again, and the Marlies are 3-0. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. Let's move on. The Hildebeest back between the pipes against the Penguins. Loses in a shootout. Marner and the Blue Jackets. Ooh, 4-0. All right, well, not a great game for the Hildebeest. Let's get Wall and Wolf back in there. Morgan Riley leading the team in points. Not great. As we keep picking up injuries in the AHL. Not ideal. Nashville, nice 3-1 loss. Okay. Well, if you had any hopes of us doing something, I hope you bet the under. 6-2 loss to Dallas. All right. We have been pretty bad. Pretty bad so far. Dustin Wolf, who Calgary elected not to re-sign. Morgan Riley's out with a bruised hand. And we lose 6-2? Oh, we are dreadful. I refuse to believe this team is worse than last year. We're not necessarily trying to lose. This year was a, hey, if we're good, it's okay. If we're bad, that's all right too. But yeah, we shouldn't be this bad. Back-to-back wins. John Tavares, 9 points in 10 games. How you doing? A lot of Marlies coming back from injuries. Tom Wilson suffers a concussion in a 3-0 shutout over Detroit. Look at this. Oh my God, all of the injuries in the world right now. We lose 6-1 to Seattle and 3-1 win over Carolina. Okay, we're a weird team so far. We're a weird team. Again, if we're good, cool. If we're bad, cool. Doesn't make too much of a difference. That was a damn good run by Dustin Wolf. Damn good run. Mo is almost back, and again, Wilson is still hurt. So Bobby McMahon's playing on our second line right now. Has a goal in 2 games. And Mac Hollowell, top pair defender to replace Morgan Riley. Love to see it. Oh my God, Blomqvist was off to an incredible start. We're never playing Endo again, and I want to see if he wins the Vezina for 1 game, 1 shutout. So we lose to Vegas. Morgan Riley ready to return. Let's see what Mo can do. Excuse me, edit lines. Thank you. Let's get Riley back in for Hollowell. AHL-wise, I'm not as worried about filling players in just because it's fine. Back-to-back losses, not a good run for Mr. Hildeby. He's playing very well. It's just we clearly give up a crap load of shots. That is the biggest issue. But we are going to continue. The game's going to throw me in somehow. I mean, E-Bug. That's the way. That is the way. Tom Wilson. Healthy. How did Bobby McMahon do? Just the 1 goal in 5 games, a -2. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Lost to Winnipeg. A loss to Pittsburgh. I can't take any more butt rock right now.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking
Can't do it. I'm going to go with CV because there's a couple of different ways I can think of how to say that. And I'm going to get it wrong regardless. Thank you for the follow. Dustin Wolf down to a 921. Not great. Let's get Joseph Wall in there. Hildeby back in as the backup. Again, we're rotating 3 goalies here. 2 losses in a row. We sub you out. And we're going to see, as Maverick Lamoureux suffers an injury, we're going to see who the best happens to be, potentially even as soon as the trade deadline. We'll take it from there. Oof, injury for Michkov. Strained hamstring. He is somebody that will focus on making sure he's back in the lineup. Seriously, I like that this game's realistic in that you have to question why the hell do the Leafs have 17,000 back-to-backs every single season? Why? Every single season it happens. It's ridiculous. I hate it here. 8-12-1. It's not terrible. Multiple players are healthy. Good to know. I hate that option because it's not fun. Calgary. Also bad. Alex Vlasic gets hurt down in the AHL. And we lose to the Flames. Cool. Cool. Hildeby has a 920. Wolf has a 921. And Joseph Wall has an 893. Oh, Joey. You're going to need to figure it out a little bit. Let's get Mac Hollowell out of there for Maverick. And then NHL-wise, 12 points for Robbo. That's not bad. Tavares. That top pair is really not working out that well. Tom Wilson hasn't done much. I just hate that it's a -1. And I can't get rid of it unless I put Tavares with Robertson and Wilson, which I don't necessarily want to do because I want Voigt. There we go. Yeah, let's screw it. Robertson, SDA, Nylander, Voigt, Tavares, Wilson, because Voigt and Tavares showed chemistry together last season. Alex, you're crushing it. That second line has scored 1 goal and has provided 3 points total. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Villeneuve and Kuokkanen's not that bad. Let's put Kuhlman's with Riley. Whew. Goodness. Yeah, that's fair. The Hockey Night in Canada is probably the culprit. More than likely. All right, Michkov is good to go. Let's get him back in the lineup. And honestly, we could probably look at shuffling up the roster a little bit. Maybe call up a couple of other players if need be. Defensively, Villeneuve hasn't been bad. I don't think there's any reason to send down William Villeneuve. Lannon, not ready for prime time. Frederick Lannon. Again, we got 80th overall in the year 1 draft. We're going to send him down. Maverick Lamoureux, it's iffy. We'll give him a little bit more time. And Coolmans. I do not have Wolf as a medium elite, unless he went up to a medium elite. I do have him still at a low elite, given that he was a 7th rounder. Obviously, if he can continue to prove at an NHL level that he's actually that good, cool. AHL level, he's been insane. But based off of how I do rosters, I mean, for a guy taken just a few years ago, who technically would start at an AHL high starter, the fact he's a low elite means, like, yeah, no, he looks like a steal and a half. It's just unfortunate that the AI are dumb and they don't keep him. Again, we could get rid of Corson Coolmans. Not rid of, but drop him. Again, Lannon's definitely gone. We need a left defender. 25-year-old Philip Kral. That was a good time to call you up. And we'll send down Corson as well. Actually, let's give him a little bit more time. I mean, he is a top 6. Dallas to Seattle. I don't mind either team. I will... You know what? I don't even care if he's a top 6. I'm sending him down. I am rooting for Seattle because Vegas-Seattle would be hilarious. We'll give Hovland a chance, too. And again, no waivers involved in the deal, which is pretty nice. Yeah, Lamoureux right now is the guy who it's like, all right, we need to see a bit of improvement. On the right, again, Alex Nylander's done nothing, unfortunately. We can keep him around as the healthy scratch. Philly Hot Dogs coming back to the NHL because we're going to send down Bobby McMahon. Phil Kessel is back. Marcus Foligno has 48 penalty minutes already. It's beautiful. And then we can send down Alex Steeves. Let's give Fogamo a chance. Let's give Fogamo an opportunity. If we lose Steve, so be it. And we didn't. And then obviously Nyes, Voigt, Robertson go nowhere. McBain's fine. Torberg, apparently. He's been okay. All right, so we got a couple of changes in there for both rosters. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Let's go best lines. I'm not a fan of those best lines at all. I'll tell you that much. 4th line, Phil Kessel. Fair enough. And again, we'll put Tavares back with Voigt. Defensively, is there still any way to avoid that -1? There is! Good. We'll go Riley Villeneuve, Kuokkanen, Hovland, Kral, and Lamoureux. Stars are Kraken. Fine with either winning, rooting for the Kraken because of the story. We're going to take Wall out. Who's been our best starter so far? It's Ben Hildeby. It's Ben Hildeby. He doesn't have the best record, but he has been our best goalie. So Nylander, Hollowell, and Wall on as the healthy scratches. AHL roster right now is a mess. An absolute mess. We're going to go best lines because otherwise it'll be too big of a pain. I need to get O'Donnell in, so Bobby McMahon's probably out. Not too worried about Bobby McMahon. Yeah. There we go. That works for me. We'll just go best lines. The low elites are still in, even if they don't have the best spots. Sandeem Pellikka is back in. Only story is expansion drafts are OP. It is still better for the NHL, though, that they changed the expansion draft rules. Some people are upset about it, but at the end of the day, it's Sandy Pelican. Yes. At the end of the day, it is still best for hockey that you don't have Vegas and Seattle as, you know, performing as badly as like the initial Predators or Blue Jackets were. It's astonishing either of those teams survived. It really is. And the Thrashers didn't. The Thrashers didn't. And it could have easily been the same story for Nashville. All right, Lamoureux is 100% healthy. And that's very true, too. Like, expansion franchises were also a lot more expensive to bring into the league. At the same time, the Vegas deal, nobody expected Vegas to look like they do right now. Nobody. And that was something I remember being brought up even in like 2021 after the Fleury deal. Was like, what the hell? Like, we all expected Vegas to build through the drafts, and they just said, nah, screw it. And of course, they had the ability to say, nah, screw it, because of how many solid players they were handed in that expansion draft. Seattle wasn't as bad, but at the end of the day, yeah, like their default roster that they started with, so much better than what Columbus would have ended up with. Like when you're talking the Atlanta expansion draft, you're talking about star players like Nat Domicelli. You know, it was a little bit different. It's just a little bit different. All right, we are still dealing with a lot of injuries and a lot of losses lately, unfortunately, despite those call-ups. To try and get people into a better spot, our goaltending is finally regressing. Oh, Seattle deserved to be clowned on for that expansion draft, too. Like, I'm sorry, they didn't take Vladimir Tarasenko. Huge mistake. Especially given, hey, you could have sent him to the Rangers this year and gotten what St. Louis got. Same thing with, like, what the hell was it? Gavin Bayreuther from the Blue Jackets. Literally a waste of the pick. Or not taking Max Domi. There was a lot they could have done to get more value out of it. There's no denying Ron Francis screwed up that expansion draft. It still worked out well, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. So, and yeah, that's the thing, right? Think about how good Seattle is now. They could have been better. They could have had more assets. That's what's kind of crazy. And that's without AIGMs. It might as well have been bots with how people handled the Vegas expansion. Like, take Jonathan Marchessault and Riley Smith, please. That's still insane. It is still insane. Quality of players has improved since 2000. That is also true. That is also true. The average NHL fourth liner is a hell of a lot more valuable than the average NHL fourth liner in 2000. 100%. All right, we're still dealing with a lot of injuries, and unfortunately, unfortunately in a sense, we are still going to be bad this year. But like I said, this was kind of the plan of like, okay, we can afford to be bad for this year, maybe even next year as well. But beyond that, 2026, 2027 is kind of looking like the magical number. But we got to give some of these younger guys a chance to get that experience. Wokanen not looking that good. Havlid, Krall. Yeah, and a lot of our younger defenders are still struggling. I'm going to call up a couple of other players to give them an opportunity. And we will see if it works out for us. So, two other right side defenders. We already used Kuhlman. Let's go with Topi Niemela and Sandin Pelican, as he was deemed. Apparently, I'd be under the cap if I did this. So, forward-wise, let me call Steve's back up. Now we're good. Okay, that does mean that I am going to need to sign another cap whale here. Because if we try any trades at the deadline, we are going to end up in a bad, bad way. Which we do not want. At all. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that -1. And there is not. So our defense, certainly pretty weak on paper. Which we are okay with. We'll double check the forwards. We'll leave them for now. Let's just go best lines for the Marlies for the moment. We'll fix that up soon too. But I need to go to the free agent list. How much cap space do we have still? 18 million. Who's a rando veteran that we could bring in? Not you. Not you. Let's bring Wayne Simmons back. We'll bring Wayne Simmons back. We'll sign him to a couple of million just to make sure we're not right there against the cap floor, which really we don't want to be. So, also, I just loaded up Twitter, and it's like, hey, the streak continues, 1993, which is really fun for Canadians everywhere. All right. So, Wayne Simmons, take up some cap for us. We did beat the Kings 6-3, which is pretty funny. And the Wayne train has signed. Let's double check some of these forwards now in terms of those who might be underperforming a bit too much. 31 years. Hasn't happened in my lifetime. It's beautiful. All right. Tom Wilson. 19 points in 35 games. Not brutal. Foligno, 8 points, 83 penalty minutes. That's what we brought him in for. Phil has 1 point in 17 games. 30, 31. What's the difference? I mean, we're just saving time. All right, so Phil's not cutting it. But can I send down Phil Kessel? I feel like that should be a crime. Steves clears waivers again. Fogamo has been terrible. German. All right, we're going to leave him in the AHL for the rest of the season. We're going to call Balby McMahon back up for Fogamo. Fogamo would be waiver eligible, but if we lose him, it's not a huge loss. And he cleared waivers, so there you go. We are pretty much content. Drop Torberg down. Let's give, honestly, let's give Kressler the chance. We are pretty much resigning to the fact that we're not going to be a playoff team this year. We're going to get some other people into this lineup. How's that over-under looking? Not great for those who bet the over. This team has definitely underperformed in a lot of ways. We're not necessarily tanking, but we've also resigned to the fact that it's not looking good. I want to get Matthew Nyes on that top line. Keep Voigt on the second. Honestly, let's drop SDA. I still want Jack McBain on that lower line. It's a team. It's a team. To be honest, I'm going to kind of go against the grain. There we go. There we go. Let's get Kessel. Let's get Kessel up there. That's fine. What's the big deal? You know? What's the big deal? Can I avoid that minus? Again, I don't think that I could, so that works for me. That works for me. Wolf and Wall. We'll run with them for a minute. I do need to call up another defender as the healthy scratch because we have had a fair amount of injuries. Nyes is on the team. He was on the top line. Let's call up. Is there anybody that we don't really care about? I guess Adam Wilsby. Random free agent signing just because we could. We'll have him be the healthy scratch. AHL-wise, needless to say, German and Michkov playing together has worked out very, very well for us. And we need Geeky to be in the lineup. It's probably got to be Kunin. I hate to say it, but it is probably going to be Luke Kunin that gets taken out. There we go. That works, that works. The defense is bound to be a little bit of a mess with how many players are in the mix, but it is what it is the only thing I can say. It is what it is. And Blomqvist and Portillo. That works. So let's head towards the deadline. I can't imagine we're going to have too much talent. Nick Robertson immediately suffers a concussion. John Marino. Obviously a defensive defenseman. Like an uber defensive defenseman. doesn't really fit into what we're trying to build here. We will decline the deal for John Marino. IRL, I think John Marino is a marvelous defender, but yeah, at this point, it's not really what we're looking for. Multiple players on Toronto are eligible now. That's cool. It's Robertson, basically. Let's get Bobby McMahon back out of there. I did not think Bobby McMahon would be playing this many games for us this season, but it's funny how it works out. A very rough run of form for the Hildebeest. Joseph Wall, come on down. And hopefully Dustin Wolf doesn't get hurt while being the backup. We've seen that before. I thought for sure that's what that was going to be. Columbus. Mitch Marner's Blue Jackets beat us again. Let's get Dustin Wolf in there. Mr. Wolf loses. We'll keep him in for the moment. And a 1-0 shutout. All right. We're getting some wins here and there, but yeah, we are worse than expected. And oh my God, Endo's going to be in the lineup. Endo's going to be in the lineup in the AHL. Look out. Let's get Wall back in there. He's going to be the backup to Portillo. But it might just mean that Endo plays again. It just might. Let's get Steves out for Lakiramaki here. Oof, that minus is a rough time. There we go. So yeah, again, that AHL team is looking pretty damn good. All right, will Endo end up playing? Connor Geeky immediately gets hurt on the Marlies. The injuries this season have been rough. Lose to the Oilers. Topi Niemela gets hurt. My God. Lose 6-1 to the Kings. Oh my God. Endo Mills is about to start again. It's about to happen. Let's get Wall out of there for Dustin Wolf. And Endo is in for the Marlies due to injury. Unless the starter returns, Sandeem Pellica gets hurt. And Endo is in. Wow, the Marlies are insane. Endo is in against the Laval Rocket. 4 periods, still hasn't surrendered a goal. And his first ever goal, it's Owen Beck. Oh, and Endo gets the loss. Oh, Endo, you gave up a goal to Logan Mayu. Retire. Get in the bin. Get in the bin. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Corson Kuhlmans gets hurt. Blomqvist is back for the Marlies. Geeky back for the Marlies. Topi Niemela's back. Corson Kuhlmans is back. We have 1 win in our last 10, but at least we're finally healthy. Well, after the break, Wall's at an 895, so Wolf has been our best starter. And let's get Bobby McMahon off of defense and get Niemela back in there. Willsby's been in too. We can at least avoid the minus with him. So that's good. Ooh, how's Kressler done? He hasn't. He hasn't done anything. That's how he's done. My God. AHL-wise, I mean, yeah, the team is a mess of injuries to the point where I'm tired of dealing with it. There's that one low elite guy that I keep trying to get into the lineup. I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. There's just been so many damn injuries. You zoom through menus like crazy. Hey, I got shit to do. We got places to go. Get on my level. I'm fast as fuck, boy. You fuck boy. There. You like me now? I got these zippy zappy menus. I mean, if I were to go intentionally slow through these menus, seasons would take longer than they already do, especially when we have this goaltending situation. All right, couple losses in a row for Wolf. Hildebee's in. I can't imagine Joseph Wall will do anything too crazy. Let's get Portillo in. German's up to an 84. I saw. I just didn't want to mention it because I can't possibly call him up. Let's see. Bobby McMahon gets hurt. Back-to-back losses again. We are somehow going to be worse this year than we were last year, which is honestly shocking because we are a better team on paper. So clearly it's the coaching or whatever combination you want to point to that just does not work. There we go. We'll just go with the highest rated guys in the proper spots. Michael Misa time. It might be. It might be. AHL wise, we'll just leave it as is until we can go best lines again. All right, Anaheim. Can we do anything? Matthew Nyes gets hurt. My God. What the fucking injuries, man? Did I not turn it down? I've had enough. I didn't even really notice just how many injuries we're picking up. I could have sworn we had it. Oh, that's why it's still at a 50. I could have sworn I tuned that down to like the typical 9 out of 100. Whew. Well, took me way too long to catch on to that mistake, but happy birthday to me in 2025. We don't have a game on that day. I will be 31 years old. I'm so old. What happened? Matthew Nyes is healthy. That's good. That's good. We don't want Adam Willsby playing as a forward. Let's get Mr. Nyes back in there. And we are very, very close to the trade deadline. Very, very close indeed. I don't know who we have that we're going to be able to ship out, but I'm going to try to throw as many pieces overboard as I can to try and stop this ship from sinking. But we do have a couple things we have to check out first before that happens.